Toothfish, also known as sawfish. Crowfish is a fish with long, sharp teeth, often living in coastal waters. Fishing for sawfish often requires special methods due to the characteristics of this fish and its habitat. One of the common methods is to use trawls. Because sawfish often swim near the surface or along coral reefs, trawls can be pulled through shallow waters where sawfish live, taking advantage of the fish's ability to glide quickly to catch them. In addition, some fishermen also use special baits to lure sawfish into traps or fixed nets. However, fishing for sawfish must comply with regulations on protecting aquatic resources and avoid overfishing to preserve this fish species in the wild. To increase the efficiency of catching sawfish, fishermen often choose the right time, such as when sawfish go foraging at night or early in the morning, when they often move close to shore or into areas with many coral reefs and coral reefs. Some fishermen also use live bait, as sawfish can react strongly to animal baits. Especially small fish or shrimp or squid. This bait is slowly released close to the surface where the fish are likely to be, increasing the chance of catching the fish. Another method of fishing is to use traps, which are designed so that the fish can easily swim into them but cannot escape. These traps are often placed in areas where the sawfish live, such as shallow water or areas with a lot of coral reefs. While there are many methods of catching sawfish, protecting their habitat is always an important factor, as sawfish are often found in sensitive marine ecosystems. Sustainable fishing and protection of coral reef areas are essential to maintaining the stability of this species and other aquatic species in the area. In addition to choosing the right fishing method, implementing measures to protect and manage fishery resources is also an important factor in ensuring the sustainability of the cod fishery. Many jurisdictions have enacted minimum size regulations and catch bans during the spawning season, to prevent overfishing. Monitoring of fishing activities, using modern technology such as satellites and vessel tracking devices, also helps ensure that fishermen comply with these regulations. In particular, in cod waters, some places have established marine reserves, where fishing activities are restricted or suspended to allow the fish to spawn and recover. The establishment of these reserves not only helps protect cod, but also contributes to maintaining the biodiversity of marine ecosystems, including other fish and marine life. In addition to management measures, public education and awareness raising about the importance of protecting cod are also important. Conservation organizations, marine resource management agencies and fishermen need to work closely together to maintain a balance between exploitation and protection of fish species. These efforts will help sustain fish stocks in the long term, not only for the current generation but also for future generations, in addition to protection and management measures. Developing sustainable fishing practices is also an important factor in ensuring the long-term survival of cod and other fish species. One effective solution is to adopt fishing methods that are less harmful to the environment, such as using nets that do not harm corals and marine ecosystems. Fishermen can also be encouraged to use smart fishing gear, which helps reduce the capture of unwanted species or juvenile fish. In addition, promoting sustainable aquaculture, rather than focusing solely on wild-caught fisheries, can also contribute significantly to reducing pressure on cod populations. Farming areas can be designed near marine protected areas, which can help create stable habitats for fish and limit overfishing in the wild. Scientific research on cod and marine ecosystems should also be promoted. A deeper understanding of the life cycle, reproductive habits and habitat of cod will help authorities and fishermen adopt appropriate and effective conservation measures. In particular, such research will also provide a solid scientific basis for developing specific conservation strategies for cod and other marine species. Finally, the development of marine ecotourism can also contribute to the protection of cod and other marine animals. Tours, research or diving help visitors better understand the richness and beauty of marine ecosystems and raise public awareness of the protection of these rare fish species. This could create a sustainable source of income for coastal communities without harming natural resources. In short, toothfish fishing is not only an economic activity but also closely related to environmental protection, species conservation and sustainable development. If well managed, toothfish and other aquatic species can continue to thrive, bringing long-term benefits to both communities and marine ecosystems. Further development of strategies for the protection of toothfish will require collaboration between international organizations, government agencies and fishing communities. International marine conservation initiatives such as the Community Marine Conservation Alliance, or sustainable development programs promoted by organizations such as the Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations, FAO, can help create common legal and technical frameworks for the protection of rare species such as toothfish. Another important direction is the development of data and information-based fisheries management systems. Mobile applications, satellite-based vessel monitoring systems, or the use of sensors to monitor wild fish populations can provide authorities and fishermen with an accurate view of the distribution and status of toothfish. This will make management decisions more effective, reduce poaching, and protect sensitive areas. In addition, the creation of sustainable seafood certification programs can also be a powerful tool to promote responsible toothfish fishing. Certified products are more likely to gain consumer support, which in turn will motivate fishermen and seafood businesses to adopt appropriate fishing and management practices. This certification will not only help protect fish stocks, but also create a sustainable and responsible seafood market, while providing long-term economic benefits to fishing communities. Toothfish conservation strategies also require the active participation of coastal communities who directly rely on fish stocks. Disseminating knowledge about the conservation of toothfish and rare fish species through classes, community workshops, or training programs will help fishermen realize the importance of protecting marine resources not only for the current generation but also for future generations. From another perspective, developing forms of marine ecotourism, such as diving tourism, visiting coral reefs, etc., can also become part of the solution to toothfish conservation. Protected areas with diverse ecosystems can attract domestic and foreign tourists, thereby creating a sustainable source of income for coastal communities, while raising awareness about environmental protection and biodiversity. With all these efforts, maintaining toothfish resources will not only be a short-term goal, but an important part of the strategy to protect global marine ecosystems. From applying technology, international cooperation, to developing sustainable economic models, all will contribute to creating a healthy and stable marine environment, allowing future generations to continue to enjoy and exploit marine resources sustainably. Continuing to develop measures to protect and sustainably exploit toothfish. One of the key factors is coordination between authorities at all levels. Conservation organizations and fishing communities. Local authorities play an important role in implementing policies and regulations to protect marine resources, while providing financial, technical, and training support to fishermen to help them transition to sustainable fishing methods. This will help minimize negative impacts on the natural environment, protect fish populations, and maintain healthy marine ecosystems. Another approach is to develop fisher in conservation models. In which fishers are not only resource harvesters but also active participants in conservation activities. For example, some fishing communities have participated in fisheries observation and monitoring programs, helping to track the numbers and status of fish species in the area. Fishermen can provide important data on changes in toothfish populations, helping authorities adjust conservation measures in a timely and effective manner. In addition, the application of less harmful fishing methods, such as small mesh nets, poles and lines, or fish-friendly traps, can help minimize damage to non-target species and the marine ecosystem in general. These fishing tools not only reduce the impact on toothfish but also protect other marine species such as shrimp, crabs, or corals, helping to maintain ecological balance. Meanwhile, scientific research on toothfish needs to be strengthened to provide accurate and updated information on the growth habits, habitat, and threats to this species. This information will help scientists and management agencies make more informed decisions in protecting toothfish, such as identifying conservation areas or planning for the species regeneration. A typical example is studying the environmental conditions necessary for toothfish to reproduce and thrive, thereby creating effective spawning protection areas in addition to communication solutions. Technology can also contribute to many tips to protect the survival of sawfish. Devices such as surveillance cameras, underwater sensors, and satellite-based fishing vessel tracking systems can help detect and prevent illegal tagging, and help pinpoint areas where sawfish are frequent. Technology can also help survey fish populations in the wild without disrupting the ecosystem, thereby generating useful data for marine resource management. While all of these measures are being developed, education and public awareness about the importance of protecting rare aquatic species such as sawfish are essential. Propaganda campaigns. Classes on marine resource protection, competitions, seminars, and media can help people better understand the value of the sea and the importance of protecting marine life. When local communities recognize the value of marine resources and take greater environmental responsibility, the ability to protect sawfish and other aquatic species will be enhanced. Finally, the development of sustainable, limited marine economic models such as marine ecotourism or sustainably certified seafood products can help create stable income sources for fishermen and coastal communities without harming natural resources. These models can help fishermen reduce their dependence on sawfish fishing and instead exploit other marine resources. such as sightseeing tourism, marine biological research, or sustainable aquaculture production activities. In short, the protection and sustainable exploitation of sawfish requires not only cooperation among stakeholders but also long-term commitment from communities and management agencies. Comprehensive solutions from technology application. Resource management to sustainable marine economic development will be the key to protecting this fish species, as well as other valuable marine ecosystems. Continuing to promote measures to protect toothfish. Building an effective and transparent monitoring system will help to better control fishing activities. One of the modern monitoring models that many countries are applying is the smart management system combined with blockchain technology. This model allows all fishing activities, from fishing vessels going out to sea to seafood consumption, to be clearly monitored and recorded. As a result, not only does it reduce illegal fishing, but it also helps consumers trace the origin of seafood products, thereby promoting a sustainable and responsible consumer market. To support fishermen in the transition to sustainable fishing methods, financial support policies should also be implemented. These policies can include subsidies for fishermen to innovate fishing gear, support training in sustainable fishing techniques, or create marine environmental protection funds to restore damaged areas. Providing preferential credit, supporting the development of certified sustainable seafood products, or encouraging cooperative models can be effective measures to improve the income of fishermen without overfishing. An indispensable element in protecting toothfish and other aquatic species is the development of comprehensive marine management strategies. The establishment of marine reserves must combine environmental protection and economic development, not only to maintain biodiversity but also to support local communities that depend on fisheries resources. The establishment of marine reserves with community participation is one of the effective strategies, as local people will have a direct view of the importance of environmental protection and will be more responsible for maintaining the resource. International cooperation is also important in protecting toothfish, as this species can migrate across international waters. The development of transboundary conservation and management agreements for fishery resources will help protect not only the toothfish but also other marine species. International organizations such as CITES, Convention on International Trade in Endangered Species of Wild Fauna and Flora, or marine conservation organizations can coordinate with countries to develop joint action plans. From sharing research data, assessing impacts to providing technical and financial support to countries facing challenges in protecting marine resources. It is undeniable that one of the most important factors in the toothfish conservation strategy is a change in public awareness. Educational programs on the marine environment need to be included in schools, communities and professional organizations. These programs not only help raise awareness about rare marine animals but also encourage participation from all walks of life in conservation activities. Competitions.